Alright guys, it's your boy Enerjack here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. Today we're going to be doing another tier list. We're kind of in the waiting room for part 2 on Dokkan right now. I probably will do some Dokkan stuff, like some actual gameplay like tomorrow. But this is going to be the video on top 10 most underrated units in Dokkan. As you know, with all these tier lists, this is my own opinion. So, don't go spreading this around like this is fact or like I'm talking as if this is like the Bible or something like that. Like, no. This is my personal opinion, my experience with using those units, playing the games, and being in the community and all that. So for number one, this probably shouldn't shock anybody. How I'm gonna do this is like how good they actually are and how many people actually talk about how good they are. Some of the units on here will be like units that are commonly slandered, but they're actually like good. Or they like have a certain niche use. Anyway, I'll just get right into it. But I will say for starters, the number one most overrated unit in the game right now. And I think honestly this is for free. Where is he at? This guy right here, Int Broly. He is literally never talked about. Let me just see if I have him on it. Yeah, he's right here. This Int Broly right here, he is like quite literally never talked about. I don't know if people just don't have dupes in him or something like that. Like people, not only do people not talk about him, when they do talk about him, he's like treated as if he's like fodder or something. This is not true. Like I've seen a lot of people say this Broly is not that good. He was literally the best TUR when he came out. At the time, I believe only Goten and Trunks were one of the best TURs, I believe. I think the newest TURs were like Angel, Golden Frieza, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Those were like number 1 and 2 at the time, I'm pretty sure. If you count Easy A's, then It UI was definitely up there as well. But then when this guy dropped, he was, I'm going to be honest, he is better than like all of them. This guy, he gets 3 ki and 180% attack. He has damage reduction and a chance to crit, 18%. He can launch another medium super attack. This is, okay, just ignore this. If you ignore this, he still has all of this, right? Not to mention he's stacking, by the way. That is a 20% stack on every super attack he does. Now, when you're fighting a pure or hybrid Saiyan enemy, he gets another 3 ki, which means he's auto supering, by the way. Because that's 6 ki from his passive, and then he gets 6 ki from whatever leader skill he's on. So he auto supers no matter what. So you don't even have to run this guy. Like he has all these Saiyan links and stuff. I know the main problem with Broly units is they're on all these villain teams, but then they have Saiyan links. Well, guess what? You don't have to run this guy next to a sand for him to super. He's gonna auto super no matter where you put him at. So that's already good because most units, even nowadays, still struggle for ki. LR Janemba is only like a month or 2, like he's only like 2 months old, and he struggles for ki. This guy does not struggle for ki at all. So yeah, he gets 3 ki. He gets another chance to launch an additional super attack. He gets more damage reduction, he gets more crit. Yeah, and it's when there's a pure hybrid Saiyans. I mean, I know it says within the same turn performing a super attack, but you can't miss a super attack with Broly. It's impossible if you're fighting a pure hybrid Saiyans. You literally can't miss a super attack with him. So, I mean, this guy, after he supers, he's starting out at like 150k defense. After he supers, he has 136. After he supers, he has 36% damage reduction and a 36% chance to crit. Again, after he supers, he's gonna have like 180, 200k defense, depending on how many supers you get. If you get like 3 supers at least, he's gonna be well over 200k defense. You know, with that level of damage reduction, and he already has built-in crit. Like this unit is insane. Like the damage he can rack up from all these additionals and stuff, and then being able to have the crit chance in his passive is insane. He's, able to tank when he's fighting. Again, pure and hybrid Saiyans is 90% of the game. That is quite literally 90% of the game. So he's able to tank. His leader skill is good. Planetary Destruction is an amazing category. Movie Bosses is also an amazing category. I mean, it's done right. It's attack and defense 170. The only negative about this Broly really is his active skill. Can be performed after performing 4 or more super attacks in the battle. So most of the time, you're probably going to see this on turn 5, I want to say. Because you only need to super 4 times. If you have this guy like with dupes or anything like that, it's pretty common where you'll get 2 supers in a turn with him. So most of the time you'll see this turn 5. You can't see this turn 3, but I'd say that's probably rare. But it's not hard to see that like turn 5 or anything like that. Turn 5 and beyond is probably when you'll see this most often. I mean, his category, like, dude, this end Broly is it's so insane, and then no one talks about him whatsoever. It's actually ridiculous to me that no one talks about him. But, for number 2, let's see, this wants to screw down. Okay. Sure, just don't move at all, it's fine. Okay, there we go. So, for number 2, let me just think, because I am thinking of this on the fly. I'm not actually, like I didn't pre-plan this. I know who was going to be on my list, but I didn't, order them, I guess. But, for number 2, it definitely has to be, where is he? I think I'm going to put, like, the top ones are going to be people who are more, like, criminally underrated. Like units that really shouldn't be underrated, but they honestly are. LR Turles. He definitely, honestly, I think he's a bit underrated. I don't know if I have him on there. Let me just double check. No, I don't. Okay. Let me just, not exit out of that. Let me just go Turles, who I cannot spell. Alright, so this unit, before you guys start on, how is Turles underrated? He's amazing. Yes, sure, everybody has him in their top 10 and stuff like that. The problem is that when comparing Turles to other units, honestly, people just look at this part and then they look at this part. No one factors in the fact that he can stun. He has a high chance of stunning, by the way. No one factors in his active skill. No one factors in the fact that he's a terrifying Conqueror support, which is like one of the best teams it's literally one of the best villain teams in the game right now. Like I don't really know what else to say. Like this unit, again, he's doing comparable damage to like Evolution Blue Vegeta and stuff like that. He probably, I don't know if he tanks as well, but this unit can definitely, like, he's around 300k defense almost in a lot of situations. I mean, I guess the main problem with this unit is that his partner right now is AGL Turles, and AGL Turles is kind of like, he's kind of like, you wouldn't run AGL Turles right now. Once that unit gets an easy, then maybe people will stop underrating LR Turles, but again, like, this guy is doing not even at 24 key, he's doing like 7 mil attack stats. He doesn't even need to get the 24 key, he gets no damage buffs. He literally gets no damage buffs from getting 24 key. Well, the only thing he gets is, the super effective against all types. He also gets that when the target enemy is stunned too, right? People don't talk about that part either. Yeah. And high chance of launching additional super. So he gets nothing, like, no, like, extra, like, passive attack from getting 24 key. So, even if you don't get 24 key, this guy's still launching out, like, a 5 or 6 mil attack stat. With, nearly 300k defense. And he's a support. He is a support. This guy is a support unit. He is not like UI Goku He's not like UI Goku where he's just, you know, the dominant turn one god and like, you know, he's doing stuff by himself. No, this unit hits that hard and is a support unit, meaning he's bringing up the entire team. I will point out another thing is it's not even that hard to get 24 key to Turles either. You don't know why? Because they made his active skill able to give you 24 key. Can be activated when HP is 60% or less starting from the 8th turn. R starting from the 8th turn of the battle. The thing about this is it can be activated twice. I'm gonna be real, once you get to under 60% HP, in most events, like in Super Battle Road, you activate this once, Turles will one-shot like half the field or something like that, and then like the next rotation, everybody's dead. So like, this 8th turn thing doesn't even matter. Like this, honestly, once you get 24 key, you're probably in the fight. Like even in the God of Destruction event, if you take this side type advantage against Syndra or Moscow, Goresh already has a video up on it. You can get this twice, and by the time you get this twice, Turles won't show up on the rotation next time because the god is going to be dead. Like, I mean, I know super effective doesn't matter against type advantage gods, but still, you get my point. Like, I don't know what else to say. Again, this unit is criminally underrated. He works well in all of these teams. Well, not joined forces. Joined forces are not any Terrifying Conquerors. But he works well in all of these teams. Even Final Trump Card. Final Trump Card has a few villains on there that are on Terrifying Conquerors. Like, has cooler, like a lot of coolers on Final Trump Card and stuff like that. Some freezes are on Final Trump Card. But, like, I don't know. Like, this LR is just massively, like, he's a lot better than people think, I'd argue. Like personally, in my own tier list, I had Turles above Vegeta. Again, Vegeta fans might be mad at that, but listen, Vegeta may outdamage Turles on a consistent basis, but that doesn't matter. Turles can get 24 key, still has the option to actually do more damage than Vegeta. You know, with him being on a triple super effective against all types, he has the option of, you know, doing more damage than Vegeta. But then, besides, like, you know, Vegeta's doing more damage and tanking better after he gets hit a couple of times. Turles is a support, Vegeta is not. Vegeta does have the revive, so, you know, you can argue Vegeta over Turles. I'm not saying you can't, but just personally, like, Turles is doing way more than Vegeta is. So, I don't know. I personally do have him as my second most underrated unit in the game, for sure. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, this third one is probably gonna make people mad as well. It should be in here somewhere. What is this? Yeah, this third one, oh my god, this third one is gonna make people so mad. Cooler's number 3. Is he here? Yeah. Cooler's definitely, oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, but like, listen. Cooler, definitely, he's not a top 10 TUR anymore, okay? That's fine. That is perfectly fine. That's perfectly understandable. You know, he's been out for almost 2 years. He's coming up on 2 years old. It came out in 2019. So, you know, if you think Cooler's not a top 10 TUR, fine. Whatever. People act like Cooler is just straight up fodder defensively, bro. And that is, like, mind-boggling to me. Like, it makes 0 sense. Because this guy, he has one of the best leader skills in the game, especially for villains. Terrifying Conquerors or Transformation Boost. Both of these categories have gotten massively buffed since he came out. Like, this, honestly, out of villain leads go, this guy has the best leader skill in the game. For, like, villain teams, he definitely has the best leader skill in the game. I would say. He's more, I will say he is more of a Super Battle Road unit, and I'll get to that in a second. Cooler can be used in all forms of, like, content, but let's just start with Super Battle Road for now. So, in Super Battle Road, his utility would be the fact that he lowers attack. This is a 3-turn debuff. People seem to forget that he does that. He supports Terrifying Conquerors. when there's you know, when he's in Super Battle Road by 50%. Now I know Terrifying Conqueror is not transformation boost, but guess what? A lot of units from Terrifying Conqueror are in transformation. Literally almost every single Frieza is in both categories. All coolers are in both categories. Bojack is in both categories. Like, you're not like, that's not really a problem. This guy's link set, he has like the best villain link set in the game. He has, you know, the trio of good villain links, which I always point out: Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and Metamorphosis. So like, you go into SBR and on a turn where this guy is like, I don't know, like on a turn where this guy's like next to like Bojack and like LR Baby or something, guess what? That entire rotation is going to be starting at 200k defense. You know why? Because of these links right here: Terrifying, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and Metamorphosis. Cooler shares all 3 of those with Baby. He shares 2 of those with Bojack. So he's going to be sitting at 200k defense. By the way, this guy lowers attack, so he can debuff in Super Battle Road, which is really good utility. Again, people just act like he's fodder defensively. That's so not true. Like, you have to have this guy like 55% in level 1 for him to be bad defensively. I will say his base form, typically, like the difficult content, like, you probably don't want to run his base form because he loses basically 20% from his passive. Transformation, you can still run this guy as a floater though. He's definitely fine. I just know in events that only have like one enemy, you can't lower attack, so you know his base form is not that good. It's still good enough to run in most content. Like when the Collection of Epic Battles event came out, the first time I beat that was with Cooler's team. I beat it with 2 coolers. I transformed one of them. No, I actually transformed both of them and left them on rotation. So yeah, okay, now that gives me like a segment to talk about his transform state. This is where you would probably use him against one enemy. You probably transform him. This guy, now, dude, him transformed, he's not fodder defensively at all. He's at like 240k defense, casually. He does get 3 key. This doesn't really matter because his link set is pretty good, but he does get 3 key. He loses his support, but this is where you like focus in on Cooler, like you kind of build a team around Cooler, because guess what? You have a medium chance of doing an extra super attack. It's a launch an additional attack, by the way, so he'll always do another attack, which means you can proc the hidden potential one more easily. But then he guaranteed crits against 90% of the game, so it's kind of like an Int Broly thing, right? They're always going to make events with pure Hybrid Sands. We just got literally every legendary event, the Goku, GT Goku, and Vegeta one, they're all pure Sands. Guess what? Cooler destroys all 3 of them. Legendary Vegeta event is a little bit more difficult because the final phase is AGL. But I will say, if you're using items, Cooler will probably like 2-tap Vegeta or something. He'll finish Vegeta off in 2 times. When his Cooler's transformed, his damage is literally comparable to any of the new TURs that came out. I'm talking Super Vegeta, GT Goku, Videl. His damage is comparable to them when he's transformed. The problem is it's not turn 1, so like, I know if you're like into APT and stuff, you look at his APT, it's not gonna be that high. It's because this guy doesn't like transform until turn 3. So, but yeah, like this unit is very underrated. People act like his defense is just trash or like fodder or something. Again, that's just not true. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. Like, maybe like link level your units or something, or like don't really like talk trash about a unit at 55%, knowing that you only have them at 55%. Because again, I have Cooler Rainbow. I did a video on Cooler's SSR, and this guy was at 193k defense. So you're not gonna come in here and tell me TUR Cooler Rainbow level 10 links is gonna be at under 200k defense in like a actual situation. No, that's not true. Yeah, I have him at number 3. Okay, I'm sorry. Cooler was the one I was like wanted to talk about the most because he's probably like one of the more noticeable underrated units. Let me just look at the chart here real quick. Yes. Okay. So number 4, we have these guys. Now, this is where we started getting into the territory of units that they're good, but like I can definitely see why some people underrate them. But it's getting to the point where people slander them, and some of the slander is lying. So, 17 and Frieza. Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't want to like. I kind of don't want to like shift the blame onto somebody because I don't want to cause drama or anything like that. But the main reason this unit is underrated, I think, is probably because of Truth. Now, again, no offense to Truth or anything like that. He's just speaking his own opinion. But Truth did not put these units in a good situation. I would argue, like, if you watch a Goreshi showcase, I argue that's much better for these units than Truth. I don't want to start anything or drama between YouTubers or anything like that. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be like shady or anything. But I don't think Truth did a good job in showcasing these units in particular. I have them on both my JP account, which is like my little secondary account that I kind of just play on, and I have them on my main account, which is my global account. Turn 1, 55%. I have them level 10 links. You can run them next to like Topo or Tien and Roshi. They share a lot of links. Turn 1, they're hitting like 4 mil on their 18 key. And then they do these additionals, which they have. They have a great chance of launching up to 2 additional attacks. There's a 70% chance, so you'll see that more often. On their normals, they're doing like, again, turn 1, they're doing like, I want to say 700, 800k normals, which is not that much. They do build up crit chance with each attack performed, and they do get damage reduction with each attack performed by 7%. So on a turn where they do like 1 super, and then they do these 2 additionals, they're at 21% damage. So they're definitely a slot 2 unit, but guess what? There's not really a problem because their partners can be ran in slot 1. Topo can be ran in slot 1. Tien and Roshi, for the most part, you want them to get hit so they can be ran in slot 1. That's the only 2 units that they really have right now, but they only running these units on USS and Universe 7, so it doesn't really matter. Now I will say their defense is not really that. It's not super impressive. Turn 1. Turn 3 though, that's when they're doing like 4 or 5 mil attack stats at 55%, and then they're at that point their normals are doing like 1 mil worth of damage, and then they also have the chance to crit. Then their defense is like over 200k on that turn. So it's just a matter of this unit is not that good turn 1, but turn 3 and beyond is where they like shine really well, and I think people are just looking at them in like the shittiest turn 1 situation and going like, oh yeah, this unit's fodder, this unit's this unit's that. No, this unit's great after that first turn, which again, that is perfectly fine, especially for how this unit is designed. This unit is mainly designed for long events. Their active skill is pretty broke. They have the same condition as Broly, but active skill is also pretty broke. They get 77% defense, and then they do a guaranteed crit for the turn. So whenever you get that, that's pretty broken. That's when their defense becomes like 500k or something like that. And then they got the damage reduction and stuff. They basically can't be hurt by like most things in the game when they pop the active skills. But yeah, this unit, like, I don't know, like I feel like this unit is so dumb. I've seen people say this unit is just bad. Like people have this unit like next to like LR, Beerus, and Whis. Like, no. This unit is not bad. Of my LR top 20 list, I did have them in my top 20. I have them next to LR Universe 7. So I actually think this unit, for now, I would say this unit is a little bit better than LR Universe 7. At least after that first turn. I think LR Universe 7 is better turn 1, but then turn 3 and beyond, I think this unit's better. So yeah, they best believe they're going on this list for sure. Honestly, when I think of underrated, they're the first unit that comes to mind. Alright, so for number 5, sorry, that was a pretty long tangent as well. For number 5, we're gonna go with, where are you? Goku and Bulma, number 5. Goku and Bulma. Thing about them is, let me just go to them real quick. The thing about them is they kind of got their easy on JP. When was this? July 15th. I think this was the kid. Is this the kid Gohan? No, this is Tanabata. So this is when like Gogeta came out and like Janemba and stuff. So I understand why people don't talk about this unit, because you know Gogeta and Janemba came out. So this unit just got overshadowed by the pure hype that is Tech Gogeta. But dude, this unit's like the best free-to-play unit in the game or something like that. Their passive is literally a Bible. They get stronger with Dragon Ball Secret characters, with youth characters, and Dragon Ball Saga characters, and then they also get stronger with Joint Forces characters. I will say you're probably not like, I'm gonna be real, you don't run Dragon Ball Saga. You're not gonna run this unit on Joint Forces, but Youth is a pretty good team, and so is Dragon Ball Secret is another underrated team. I'll talk about that later. Dragon Ball Seekers, a lot of the characters on Dragon Ball Seekers are also on Youth. Or they're on, you know, Dragon Ball Saga. We just need better Dragon Ball Saga units, which we did just get one because, by the way, this unit, he does a guaranteed additional if you have a Bulma on the team, or Goku Youth. We don't have a good kid Goku yet, but we do have a good Bulma. She just got her EVA on JP about a month ago. So keep that in mind. This unit can, like, not even in their best situation, they can start the turn out with like 200k defense. Turn 1, doing like 6-7 mil attack sets, and then when there's a Bulma attacking in the same turn, guess what? They do an additional super. They both raise attack and defense on their super attacks. Both of them. They're 18 key and they're 12 key, they raise attack. So, this unit is just super nutty. Now, I will say Lynx can be probably a problem with this into, because probably have issue with this unit because they have like some Dragon Ball Lynx that have gotten into Dragon Ball Incredible Adventure, and just Dragon Ball Saga in general just hasn't been like buffed recently. So can understand why people don't talk about this unit that much, but still, this unit, like, honestly, once I'm gonna be real, once this unit gets the help that it needs, like once it gets more like Dragon Ball Saga units to like get all these links active, guess what? This unit's probably gonna be like the best, or like a top 3 free-to-play unit in the game. Period. Like, I'm talking like up there with LR Master Roshi, Yardrat Goku, Prime Battle Frieza. Like, this unit's definitely up there for sure. And you know, just no one talks about it because they got overshadowed by fucking Tech Gogeta. It is what it is. Alright, so for number 6, Tech Mother Vegeta. I actually think a lot of, like, I don't know, people probably have this guy, like, because he's been on so many banners now, just because they always put him on, like, Dual Dokkan Fest, especially when there's, like, Vegeta and Goku involved. I actually think a lot of people do have Dukes or this guy Rainbow now, so they're starting to see how good he is. But, dude, this guy, he only needs, like, 3 orbs to get an extra defensive boost. He does get more attack the more HP you have, and then defense the less HP you have, but I found this part of his passive not really that relevant. But, this guy, his leader skill is fine, I guess. Resurrected Warriors is definitely good. On Super Saiyan 2 needs a little bit of help, but it's fine. He makes a good leader for both of the teams, I would say. His transformation conditions, they can be a little bit wonky, especially in the God event. You won't see it in Super Battle Road, so don't even worry about that. But in like the God event and stuff like that, it, like I said, definitely could be a little wonky. But it's definitely possible to get in the God event. You could very easily get this shit in the God event. No problem whatsoever getting this in the God event. He, you know, raises defense for 1 turn in his super attack. So I've taken this guy type neutral into the God event, and he's taken double digits from almost, even in base. So that's pretty good. And then he does like a 4 mil attack side because he has all these like Vegeta Sand Links, and then he has a partner in that STR modern Vegeta. Now, when this guy transforms, dude, when this guy transforms, he's so good when he transforms. Now he greatly raises defense for one turn. He can stun. He gets a bigger boost from depending on his HP. His attacks are super effective against all types, so you get 3 key spheres. And then here's the problem that throws people away. He guards when there's 6 or more key spheres attained. Now, his partner is an orb changer, so that kind of doesn't matter. You can very easily get this man 6 orbs so that he guards, and then when he guards, this guy's pushing like 250k defense with his guard, you know, post super. That also depends on your HP, but you know, it's like, dude, this unit is so good. And he also came out in 2019. Technically, he's a 2020 unit. He's like a New Year's unit, but like, it's so insane to me how good he is. Like, this guy came out before like Beerus and Kefla. He's better than both of them, so keep that in mind. Again, people don't really talk about him all that much, but it is what it is. And then for number 7, oh my god, yo, here we go again, another unit that people are not going to like, that is on this list. I just saw him not too long ago. Yeah, our boy Super Saiyan Blue Power Gengoku. Now, before you guys call me a fucking APT stand and all that, relax. This guy, okay, he's not the best defensively. Turn 1, yes, that is true. He's definitely not the best defensively. He's not the best offensively either in a vacuum. Sure, not turn 1, no. The reason why this guy is underrated though is because of his active skill. His active skill, you know, it does ultimate damage to the enemy, and then it raises allies' attack by 30% for one turn. This is an active skill buff to the whole rotation. So there's a strat you can do with this guy in like multiple events. In long events, you can have him on rotation. He greatly raises attack, like he greatly stacks this. So that factors in directly to his active skill. So you can take him into long events, stack his attack, and then by the time you get to the final phase, you can pop this active skill, and the active skill is probably gonna one-shot like the final phase of most of these bosses. He also is super effective when he does the active skill, but you want the active skill to crit anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's still something extra. In Super Battle Road, you can literally chain the active skill multiple times. All you have to do is get below 59% HP. You go in Super Battle Road, you pop it turn 1, and then you end the fight on that same turn because of the massive attack buff that he just gave. I'm gonna go to my Twitter real quick. Let's just scroll down here. I have no itemed a few stages with him. Yeah, like, dude, I know I am this with him on the team. Yeah, sure, I had UI, I had, you know, Vegeta, but it's not hard to know item the stage with him on the team. You wanna know why? Because he's giving a buff to like the blue boys. He's giving a buff to gotta go with hit that hard. He's giving a buff to God Goku. He's giving a buff to UI. He's giving a buff to the 2 6-year units. Like that buff, like, yeah, sure. AGO, UI, Goku, and Evolution User, they hit hard, sure. When they get the active skill buff, they're able to like wipe the entire field in Super Battle. So it makes it so that Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku doesn't even get touched. So like you don't have to worry about his defensive drawback. Again, I will admit this unit is not the best defensively. He's not at all. Offensively by himself without the active skill, he's not that good either. But again, you have to factor in the fact that he can literally one-turn Super Battle stages because of his active skill. He's really good at long events. In long events, I found that once he builds up that passive of his, because he builds up his passive as he gets hit, which is bad design because he doesn't have any, he doesn't have that much defense turn 1. But in long events, you're safe to build him up by getting hit because they don't hit that hard in like the early stages. So in long events, this guy can you know, look pretty good, even defensively. And, you know, in long events, he can damn near one-shot the enemy. Like, when the Reps of the Universe 7 mission came out for Global for the GTLGE, I did it before the 6-year anniversary, and it was this guy who carried me, because he got to the final phase, did the Spirit Bomb, it crit, and it did literally like 90% of GT Goku's HP. And then I was just able to rock Blue Boys in slot 1, use their active skill, and let the Blue Boys get the buff from Goku's active skill, and then, you know, Blue Boys just ended up finishing off GT Goku. So that was all done in one singular turn, by the way. So just keep that in mind. And then for number 8 we have, to no one's surprise, I think one was down actually. Yeah. For number 8 we have, where is it? Huh. How did I find him? Anyway, number 8 is going to be a Python. Oh, there it is. No, this. Alright, look. Listen. I know Python dropped alongside Janemba, and Janemba's bad. Well, Janemba's not bad, he's just mid or whatever. But, bro, Python is he's such a sleeper option. Him greatly raising attack, that's fine. These are like, you can ignore these. This unit he's not designed to do damage. Right? That's fine. Taking a super battle road, he's greatly lowering attack, which is a 30% debuff for 3 turns. So you just gave 30% damage reduction on whoever that enemy attacks, they automatically have like 30% damage reduction, basically. You just gave that to your whole rotation for free. His support is not hard to find. I found that getting 3 types key spheres is not hard to do at all. So support is not it's not hard to get. He auto supers and has a high chance of evading enemies' attacks. And then he also seals if he gets a rainbow key sphere. I've also found that getting I've also found that getting 1 key sphere is enough. Like getting 1 rainbow orb, that's not hard to do at all. So this guy's a support. He has a 50% chance to dodge. His defense honestly isn't even that bad with some of these links he has. Like if he has cold judgment, usually his defense is not bad at all. And he greatly lowers attack. Like, hold on, I can just go to my Super AGL run for Super AGL ESBR. I used double Vicon. He carried me. This was before AGL UI was out. I refused to like do this stage when AGL UI was out. I wanted to like show that I could definitely do it, but without AGL UI, and I did because of Pycon. Pycon was able to glue together the team really nicely. He was able to regulate the fight pretty much with his greatly lowering attack and sealing. So I really had no issue doing that. I just do some damage right now. Then he also has his active skill, which if an enemy's HP is 50% or more, he basically just ghost ushers them. You probably won't see this that much in Super Battle Road, but like in the God event, this shit is OP. Like you can definitely see this in the God event, and like just skip. You literally just skip a whole turn of the God, and the God attack like 11 times in a turn. So that's massive. Not to mention that Team Zeon, he glues well together. Movie Heroes, he's a great floating support. Saviors, bro. If you're running Saviors without Pycon, just don't run Saviors. It's literally not runnable without Pycon. Pycon glues together the team really well. Oh, he's on Battle of Wits, which is a really good team and all that. Yeah, Pycon, people need to talk about Pycon more. Like, he came out and people were like, oh my god, it's Pycon. People were like memeing about him and stuff, but guess what? It's not a meme. Pycon's good. Dude, I consider him better than Tech Ultimate Gohan. So, at least in Super Battle Road he is. So, just, you know, let that sink in. For number 9, I would say EZA physical go tanks. This is another unit that kind of dropped, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, he's good," and then they just stopped talking about him. Physical go tanks. He has 3 different super attacks, right? You want to get his 11 key because his 11 key massively raises his attack, and then he also gets the super effective against all types. So normally you want to aim for his 11 key. The problem is people think he can't get his 11 key, but the only teams he can't get it on is Fusion because everybody has 2 of his key links. If you go to any other team, it's not hard to get Gotenks' 11 key. When you get his 11 key, he's doing 5 mil attack stack, super effective against all types. That is like he's literally one of the hardest hitting EZAs in the game to this date. At least in a span of like 4 turns. I think he's number 3 for hardest hitting EZA TURs right now. Yeah, he is number 3. Because Cooler and the Super Saiyan 4s are above him. Tech Angel Goku does not hit harder than him. Gogeta does not hit harder than him. Like, you just go through the list and you're like, oh wow, it's like this Gotenks is actually better than I thought. Now, he does get a defensive buff for like only 7 turns, but he also has a medium chance of dodging. Now I will say his defense is he's not like well over 200k defense or anything like that turn 1, but he's at like 170, 180k defense, and then he has a 30% chance to dodge while doing the damage that he does. That is perfectly fine by me, I will tell you that much. I do not have a single issue with him being built like that at all. Like, physical Gotenks he's nutty, and again, he's another unit that people just don't talk about. Now, for number 10, number 10 is really tough. Number 10 has to be GT Trio. No one talks about GT Trio either. Usually, honestly, the thing about GT Trio is when they came out, everybody thought this guy was better than him. Probably because they weren't on too many teams. I assume that's the reason why. No. GT Trio shit on me by a lot. Let me just see. Do I have them up here? They don't have any starter turn defense. They're a slot 2 unit. They get it all on super attack like Goku and Frieza. So they get a 77% attack and defense when performing a super attack, and then they get another 77% attack when it's an ultra super attack. Their team is really good. It's gotten a lot of buffs lately. Let me just click on it real quick. Let's see if this takes forever to load or not. Yeah, as you can see, dude, their team is like so insane. They just got this unit EZA'd. They have Butoden Vegeta. They have all the Scouter Vegeta. They just got this unit. Slug is not horrible. This guy just EZA'd, and you know, all the other Guinea Force members are probably going to EZA. This guy got an EZA, and he's a god, one of the best free-to-play units in the game. Giro got an EZA. He's a 40% support for Dragon Ball Seekers. He's the best. Like, he's like one of Goten and Trunks' GT Trio's best friends. Toa is on here. She supports everybody. Frieza's insane against Goku family enemies, and he supports everybody. Garlic Jr. just came out. He supports only extreme class, but it's fine. Yumi is going to get an EZA. Jace is going to get an EZA. This Pan right here just got an EZA. This Bulma right here just got an EZA. This guy has his EZA. He's pretty good against like Goku family. Raccoon just got his EZA. He's a god. Like, dude, Dragon Ball Seekers is a very, very good team. Like, people just underrate this unit because they're not on too many teams. But guess what? You take them on GT Heroes. They also have this thing where they raise their defense by 33% for 3 turns. So like you get their 18 key on turn 1, and then they come on the next turn and they'll have more defense because of that. But like you get them on GT Heroes, and then you get them supported, and they're starting to turn out with like 120k defense. They have no defense in their passive. None. Not starter turn. They have no starter turn left, and they're starting with like 120k defense. I've gotten mine is Rainbow full level 10 links. I've gotten mine to 174k defense. Turn 3. With again, they have no starter turn buffs, no anything like that. So just keep that in mind. like even the damage they do is insane. Like I've gotten mine to like 8 mil with, you know, since they have like 174k defense start a turn, they're getting 77% right here, and then they're getting 33%. They're well over, like, dude, they're at like 300, almost 400k defense on that turn. So, you know, just keep that in mind, that this unit is very strong, very, very underrated. People just don't talk about him at all. They don't have like an active skill condition or anything. Oh, by the way, their leader skill is 4 key and 170. Like, they have one of the best leader skills in, like one of the best leader skills in the game as well. So don't forget about that. But as for honorable mentions, I'll just pick money from here. Honorable mentions. Is anybody else underrated? Oh, these guys for sure. They just got their easy on JP. Let me just go to the record. I'll make it brief because it's like a 40-minute video. This unit also got an easy A on JP. People don't really talk about them that much either, but you don't talk about them either. They raise attack and defense on their super attack effect, both of them. They support on their super attack effect for 2 turns, so you don't even have to put this unit in file 1 to receive the benefit of that. They give super class allies 4 key, 50% defense. They're on teams like Special Pose, Defenders of Justice, which is really good. They also launch an additional attack that has a medium chance of performing a super attack, by the way, when they're fighting extreme class enemies. So this unit defensively is fine, and then they're supporting, and then they're able to do like 4 mil attack stats and then another attack stat for 3 mil. So the damage is there within as well. You know, just no one talks about him at all. Goku and Piccolo definitely are an honorable mention. Sort of Goku and Piccolo. This is another unit that dropped that no one really talks about. People kind of forgot that this LR even exists. I will say the thing about this LR is because they're also a slot 2 unit, and their link set is a little bit wonky because it's Goku and Piccolo. So their link set is a little bit wonky, but that honestly that's irrelevant. It's like a long event unit, and if you get past the first turn with them, on their second appearance, they actually look quite impressive. Like, they able to do like 6 mil attack stats on their second appearance, and then their defense is like good too. It's well over 200k again on that second appearance. This is kind of the same thing as 17 and Freezer, honestly. It's just that first appearance that really brings them down. And I'll put one more LR here, and I'll probably end it. Again, the video is getting pretty long. I'm going to put. Actually, maybe not an LR. Not on this list anymore. Yeah, no, nobody else is really underrated here. Oh, no. Sorry, is it not underrated? I don't know what I don't really know what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, that's about it. I don't think the rest of these units here are like underrated anyway. So yeah, this is my underrated tier list. And I have Broly at 1, Perlis at 2, Cooler at 3, 17 and Golden Frieza at 4, Goku and Momo at 5, Madara Vegeta at 6, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken at 7. Again, it's a mean to him and this guy, but please do not. He still has his uses, he's still valuable. Qui-Gon at 8, Gotenks at 9, and Jujutsu at 10. Again, these 2 are honorable mentions. So yeah, that is how I view the most underrated units in the game. Again, this is my personal opinion and from my personal experience, so don't be mad too much at these placements. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.